Hello, Professor Sergeant here with you again, and I am at about 12,004 feet. I've reached the tree line along Bar Trail. Check out that lake over there. Again, 12,000 some odd feet along Bar Trail. Like you're seeing up there, it's Pikes Peak. I'm at the tree line. And for those of you that don't like vertical video, I agree with you. So here's a different way of looking at 12,000 feet on the Bar Trail. It's the tree line. Trees don't grow above this level. Nice little lake over there. So I'm assuming it's a nice lake. Maybe someday I'll get to check that out too. Quick screen record so that you can see down in the lower right corner the elevation that it's showing. This is how ugly I look at 12,000 feet. Ah! Jeez, I look disgusting at 12,000 feet, don't I? Whew. Turn this off. Don't do the shrooms. Don't do it. That's some good advice. And that's exactly what I'm doing, is climbing back down now. Just a little bit below me is the A-frame shelter. I'm gonna try to get right up to it here in just a bit. This would seem to claim that I've already come back down 500 feet. It's really more like just 100 feet. It's really hard to get agreement between the GPS measurement of elevation versus what this is showing here. But again, I'm headed back down anyway. Still on my way back down, not much time since I started that. Let's see here. See what the peak hasn't changed by much. Just want to show the A-frame. There it is. There's some cool rocks up there, by the way. But I'm going to walk down to the A-frame for just a moment, see what's up. And here I am. At the A-frame. Again, I have not come back down much further. I want to see what we have going on at the A-frame. Somebody's left the bag here, and I don't see anybody around. My GPS says I'm back at 11,591 feet. Already the trees are back to making it difficult to see both the peak and the city. Again, I'm back down to what my GPS says is 11,591 feet, and already back to it being where the trees are making it difficult to see any portion of the peak or the city. I'm back down to about 10,700 feet and just broke off Bar Trail slightly to take a look at what's going on with the Bottomless Pit Trail. Not a very good view, but I assume that this is what they're talking about and that you get a better view within the next mile to 2.5 miles. And I'm not sure, but that might be Garden of the Gods at the extreme of the magnification. Again, I am back down to 10,700 feet. Just broke off a bar trail for just a moment. I'm just a few feet off of it onto the Bottomless Pit Trail. And it's talking about 2.5 miles to go to that. I'm not going to do that. I'm assuming that you get a better view over the next mile to 2.5 miles. Anyway, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but perhaps at the extreme of the magnification here that we have Garden of the Gods. I could be wrong about that though. It's easier to see further down. Remember kids, never look directly at the sun. Anyway, it's about 5:42 p.m. and I have perhaps another 4.5 hours to go. So, good thing I've got a flashlight. What did I just say, kids? Do not look directly at the sun. So after my video from about 5 weeks ago, the first time I reached Bar Camp, this by the way is the third time that I've reached it. I had one video titled Purify Your Water, and now I've seen people have found it by searching for how do you purify your water. Okay, well, yeah, I'm a professor, but I don't think I'll leave that question unanswered. I have just rented out this thing for $5. I filled up the bucket here in that stream, and what I'm doing is leaving this black thing in here. He says that it filters out the sediment, and you pump and it'll go, you know, have the other in there. So yeah, I'm going to try to filter my water as quickly as I can. First, for some perspective, I'm back down at about 9,685 feet, which would mean I've come down 2,400 feet, roughly. Okay. It was an exceptionally clear day, and on the way up, I was waiting to film until I got to my goal, but I was seeing detail, like folds, that I had never seen before. And I can't see them as well, but what I'm pointing at right now, it's about in the center of the screen. That looks to me like some sort of structure. And I'm wondering if that's where the railway goes to, the cog railway that goes up the mountain. But I don't know. And I think there was one other spot. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. Just turned a little bit to the left here and walked a few steps back up the trail. And what I'm talking about is in between there. Again, I'm wondering if those are structures. And for those that would rather view this on a computer screen instead of the vertical stuff on the phones, again, those look like structures to me. And that looks like a structure to me. I'm wondering if that one is where the cog railway goes, the train that goes up the mountain. I am about to show what I think is what people would see from the Bottomless Pit Trail. Plus we're going to get some more perspective and get to see the peak again. So, peaks up there through the trees. hopefully you can see it a bit. And we get this drop off. Over there we've got some rocks that are about at the level that I am. So I think in between we get some major drop off. And I think there's one more spot that I'll be able to film this from as well. And for those that would rather see the steep drop off from the point of view more like what you would look at on a computer, here it is. It's not letting me zoom in. But anyway, plus here's a look back at the peak. I'm guessing that I'm about 9,250 feet in elevation at this point. Alright, I am back down to 8,967 feet approximately. There's the peak. As you can see, it's getting dark out here, and I've probably got 2.5 hours to go. Probably a half an hour worth of light left. So I'm going to have to turn on a flashlight. Anyway, real quick. I said that maybe there'd be one more view of what they might be referring to as the bottomless pit. Whoa! Look at that drop off. Look at that drop off. That's pretty huge right there. Alright. And for those of you that would prefer to see things the way you would see them on a computer, then here is our second look at what I think is what they refer to as the bottomless pit. Huge drop-offs. I hope they're showing up in here. Alright, there's probably only going to be one or two more videos for this series. Gotta get back down. I'm back down to an elevation about 8,510 feet, which would put me about level with the Manitou Incline. And the light is pretty much gone, although I'm getting some moonlight. Still, I'm probably going to have to turn on this flashlight pretty soon. Over here, maybe you can see it. Got a house light. There it is. And probably not going to be visible. I'm at the rock shelter that I sheltered from the rain twice back in March and then again around Memorial Day. But we've got the city of Colorado Springs over there through those trees. Hard to see. Here's the point of view for those that would rather look at it horizontally instead of vertically. Colorado Springs hanging out over there through those trees. Moonlight, and one of the houses that's up along the mountain. You can just see the light there. I'm gonna rest for a bit and then continue heading down. Unfortunately, it's going to take about 2 hours. Not sure how well this is going to show up, but I'm back down to approximately 7,500 feet. I'm at what's called the bow-out point for the Manitou Incline. There's nobody here. I have actually seen people here like an hour after dark before. Anyway, I've got about an hour left to get down. Or for those of you that prefer to see this as like what you'll see on the computer, here's the horizontal view from the bow-out point of the Manitou Incline. I've got about an hour left to get to the bottom. That was wild. I have just returned to the base about 14 hours after I started. The Let's check out the Fitbit stats. That's right, 14 hours. Are you ready to see the Fitbit stats? Wow. Okay, just short of a marathon there. I got notification earlier during a brief time that I turned on the phone. I've been trying to conserve energy, but I turned on the phone and said I had gone 50,000 steps for the first time. And that's probably true even before I got the Fitbit. In here, one more piece of information here. I went at least 55,000 steps today. Woohoo!